Hey everyone, my name is Lucas. Hallo, mein Name ist Lucas. Oi, meu nome é Lucas. 皆さんこんにちは。私は Lucas です。
ヤッホー皆さんこんにちは。ケミシャネルのロレッタとスペシャルゲストのルカスです。今日来てくれてありがとうございます。
こんにちは。
Four languages.
Yes.
Today he is here as a special guest to help tell a story of something different on my channel. More of a global perspective of a different story, Lucas's story in particular. So tell us, what did you do?
I took the EJU test.
Yes, the EJU, the examination for Japanese university admission for international students. 日本語留学試験ということですよね。I sent out a poll to some of you guys on Instagram and also on Twitter. Most of you hadn't heard of the EJU, and I'm pretty sure the reason why is because the test is only administered here in Japan or in countries around in Asia. Today we're going to talk about the test, how you ended up taking it, why you took it, and a little bit of who are you? What is your story? What is your path? じゃあ、プチ自己紹介してください。
My father is Japanese and my mother is half Japanese and half Brazilian. She remarried an Austrian guy.
Okay.
So we moved to Austria and there I learned German and English.
So a really diverse, rich background. I think this will be an interesting story for more of the viewers out there than just my usual America crew. The EJU is basically a test that you take to get into schools in Japan. So this proves that you have a Japanese ability, that you have a basic sense of some sort of subject matter, enough to get into school and to do well. The test is only administered in Japan or in Asia, but if you are someone who came to Japan from, let's say, from America or from Europe, and you realized while you were here, I want to go to vocational school, or I want to go to graduate school, or I want to go to some other education, you may need the EJU in that case. And that's why it's actually still important to not click away from this video, even if you're American, because if you came to Japan and realized you wanted to do school again, this would be the situation that you would be in. In terms of numbers, for example, the JLPT last year almost had 1 million people sign up to take it. The EJU, it's only had one session this year, the one you took. That session had about 36,000 people. If you double that for the full year, it's maybe close to about, do a little math, 36 times 2, 6, 7, 2, 72. 72?
Yeah, 72,000.
Yeah, see, this is the EJU. You kind of get an idea. It's kind of a niche kind of test, but it's a hard, intense test, and you did it. お疲れ様です. There were about 5,000 different applicants from South Korea, almost 1,000 from Hong Kong, about 500 from Indonesia, Taiwan, and Vietnam, but the least popular country that took it was Russia. Only one person took it this year.
Oh wow.
So, お疲れ様です. この一人のロシア人. お疲れ様でした. Represent in Vladivostok. There may be Europeans or there may be Americans, but they probably took it in the Japan batch. So one of the biggest questions I had was, what kind of school can you get into with this test? What school were you aiming for?
Well, I'm aiming for an art school, so only the Japanese EJU test is required. But that is dependent on the university. You don't get a grade, you get points.
Okay.
And some universities, they expect
like top.
Yeah, top, or at least the passing points. But the more points you have, I think the better the chances.
Better, right? So you took the Japanese.
Yes, only the Japanese one.
But I checked, and there is math,
history, I hear, geographics.
Yeah, Japan and the world, chemistry, biology, physics, which is basically just worse math. Real subject matter. But the point is, like you were saying, is based on the school that you're aiming for, you have to get this certain score, this certain subject. So there's no one answer of what's on the test or what do you need to know. It depends on what your school needs. So if you were applying, you would need to know what school you want first, and then their requirements.
Yeah.
There is an official website. It's run by JASO and by MEXT, same people who did my favorite scholarship. They have an official website. It shows the syllabus. It shows past exams with math on it. I checked the math. There's quadratic formulas. There's f of x, a, b, and c, a few g's. They're there. Some science and the answer keys as well, so you can actually get an idea of what it would be like. There was English as well, so you can take it in Japanese and English. だけど日本語受験したのね。日本語。
そうです。
大変。
The test is about N2 level.
Oh, because you took N3 afterwards.
Yes.
So it was easier.
Yeah, much easier. It was recommended by my teacher.
Oh yeah, because we didn't even explain where you came from. You're just suddenly here. What is it? Maybe like 5 minutes into the video. This is Lucas. I didn't explain. He's actually a friend of Boomer's. They go to the same language school together. They just took the JLPT, and then you took the EJU. Just an all-around study guru who I borrowed for today. One more question people are asking was, what was the cost of the test? It depends on if you do one subject or 2 or 3. So you did the one subject, which supposedly is 7,560.
Yes.
That's right?
Yeah.
Okay. And 60. Don't forget the 60. I saw a list of popular universities or schools that require EJU. And I know some people, they want to do design, computer science is a big one, some type of engineering. Did you see any of that while you were in there? Because you did design, right?
Yes.
How did you land on picking your school and your program with this EJU requirement? Where did this, your teacher told you?
It was recommended by a friend of mine. She goes into the same class as us, so she sent me like an Excel sheet.
With schools?
Yeah, with schools, so I could check it.
She has this database
Yeah,
for you.
she researched it before.
Yeah, すごいね. She should share with me. なるほど. So tell us, your impressions. You told us it was harder than JLPT. What was like the preparation?
Yeah, so we had like some practice exams in our language school. We took all the tests and just tried to do them. So they basically just do the test and then you score it afterwards and get the results so you can and the answers so you can check it and see where your weaknesses are. When it comes to learning, you should already be prepared, have self-studied. The practices I did were only in Japanese.
Boomer, did you take EJU?
No.
Practice?
It was just people who wanted to take it, who signed up for it. They did practice for them. なるほど. なるほど. Because I
get a lot of comments of people asking they want to do language school before doing university, or they haven't done university yet. So it is kind of like a possible track to do language school and then start preparing for this crazy test in anticipation of this university life. So you did these practice tests. What else did you do? Any kind of like textbooks or any kind of like specific books?
We just got copies of of all the tests and we did them. The teachers explained how they usually go with this, and for example, a very good advice we got was to look at the answers first and then check the text for the answer, because if you read everything, you're not gonna have enough time to do everything.
Yeah, no, that's a very good test taking tip, is to read answers, then go back. And even for JLPT, because if those long reading passages, you'll run out of time. So if you know what you're looking for, you'll save time.
I've seen AJU books in the bookstore.
Do you think that everyone would find language school is helpful first, or maybe just do the test on your own?
No, I would definitely recommend going to a language school before. Certainly gonna help with the grammar, but most importantly, you should know kanjis. There's nothing written in English and there's no furiganas. Everything is kanji.
So why did you want to do EJU?
Because I want to open possibilities for different schools. I'm doing the EJU and the JLPT.
So you have everything you need.
Yeah.
This is your second year of language school. So,もうそろそろでしょ? もうすぐ卒業するでしょ? If you weren't going to do the EJU, what other thing do you think you would be doing?
I would probably just take the JLPT. Most of colleges, also works, they only require JLPT.
Do you have like a dream job or like a thing that you love to do?
Yes, I would love to be part of a company who develops games, or at least has something to do with visual graphics.
Yeah.
That's the direction I want to go. Illustration, concept art.
Okay. You know, my channel needs some illustration concept art. Let's go to Twitter first. What are the prerequisites for taking the exam?
What you need is just to apply for it. Either by yourself or with the help of a teacher. Send in a photo or get a photo taken. If a teacher helps you out, You can directly give them the money, or if you self-apply, I guess you can pay it online.
So do many universities require taking the test? Also, do you need your high school diploma?
That's dependent on the university. I would say. Sometimes they want you to have the EJU, sometimes they want only your high school diploma. It depends.
One question I got a lot was asking about, does your school care about your high school background, or do they care about if you have like a physical illness or even like your personal history? And the answer is that there is no one answer, because this EJU is not the test for every university.
Yeah.
This is a certification that you need for the university application. So let's say if you were to do this university application next, then you would still have to do more application, right?
Yes.
So it depends on the school. So another big question I got was, is there an age limit? Like, am I too old to apply? And I think that again depends on the school, because you can use EJU for graduate school, you can use it for vocational school, for like senmongakko, but those age limits or their program specialty depends on their school. So for EJU, at least, you don't need to worry. So pick your school first, and then worry about the rest, or don't worry. Compared to JLPT, how hard was it? You said N2?
Yeah, so I haven't done the N2 yet, so I can't directly compare. But if I compare it with the N3 JLPT test, that would be a very big jump.
If you're a Japanese citizen but you lived outside of Japan, are you allowed to take the EJU?
Yes, I am a Japanese citizen, and I took the EJU.
Would it be easier to do EJU process than to do like traditional?
As a foreigner? No, I don't think so.
Is it similar to the SAT or ACT? So this is kind of like a very American question.
Yes, I have no idea about that.
Yeah, but SAT, ACT is kind of like the basic test that you take in high school before you test into American university. And it's a score-based competency test on, like, do you have basic intelligence of all normal subjects type of thing. If you took all the subjects on EJU, then maybe, like the math and the science, the physics, maybe. But like for your situation, if it's just Japanese, then maybe it's closer to JLPT.
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, so
a very hard JLPT.
Yeah, a very hard JLPT. What's on the test?
We have to write an essay.
Yes,
it's about 400 words. It's in a traditional Japanese style, so you have to know how to already write an essay, and then hopefully also know a lot of kanjis and the grammar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so like the box paper.
Yes.
Was it yoko or tate?
It was yoko.
So it's semi-modern, traditional Japanese paper. I had that too, though. I did entrance exam to my university, and it was, I forgot they would do this. It was all box paper.
Oh.
And I haven't written on this paper for like 15 years, so I didn't remember, like, does like maru go inside next to letter, or like is chisaitsu its own box, or is it next to, or it's like, but I was like, toriyazu jikan ga nai. Like, and I'm sure whoever read it was like, what is this? Yeah. But I know I broke all the rules. But yeah, so...
Yeah, it would be better to know how to write and all those rules, where to put the dots and
I'm
everything.
sure for EJU they care about where you put maru, or where you put chisaitsu, or where you put tenten. Like,
yes.
They probably do care, so don't be like me.
Next was a reading part. The reading part is the longest part. It's what I believe to be the hardest part, because if you're not good in kanjis, you're not gonna understand anything. A lot of the reading was also not like in the JLPT stuff that you use normally. The reading parts were a lot of stuff that is maybe similar to newspapers, and then there's listening. I believe to be the strongest in listening, but turned out to not be that. But the listening part, they speak very fast. There are many different people who speak, old people, young people, people with maybe scratchy voices that are harder to hear. There were a lot of parts where it was like in a university when a professor is talking about some data. There was, for example, this one with the ringworm.
In Japanese?
Yes, in Japanese. He was talking about how the skin of the worm, how it retracts, and moves, so the ringworm can move, and you have a picture
of this thing.
On the test, and you have to then choose the right answer for which part was he explaining.
Oh my god.
And yeah.
I would be like, yeah, わかんないよ.
That was super difficult.
That's so intense because I think JLPT only does like event planning. We want to do this event. There are 4 options. Which one do they pick? There's no squirmy worm or science. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's intense.
They also had graphs and also data stuff.
Okay.
So I guess they are preparing you or testing you for the university.
Like actual university content. Whereas JLPT is more like literature, like reading like a philosophy or something like that. At least N2. Interesting. The essay, then reading and listening.
There's no part for kanji or grammar.
Okay.
Because I guess that's integrated in the essay part.
So there's no speaking?
No.
But there is writing. Okay,
yes.
So that's a very hard thing. A lot of universities have an interview as part of their application. You will speak eventually.
They're gonna test you on that.
That's frightening.
Be relaxed, because the atmosphere is very tense, and everybody's just sitting and waiting. But if you're confident in your Japanese skills, I think you can do it. Many of the people I asked, they were not confident in everything, but they had, in the end, very high points.
Okay, be smooth and believe in yourself.
Beforehand, I knew I was not prepared enough after doing the first few practice exams, but I'm gonna try again. So
well, good luck on your round 2.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, I do not envy you, but I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for coming in and explaining the EJU. I've been getting questions about I've been getting questions about it, and I was like, I have no idea, I didn't take it. Thankfully my university only had their private entrance exam, so I'm really glad I could have you explain this for the viewers today. Thank you so much. There will be questions in the comments, I can feel it. I know that you don't have any social media to share, but maybe I'll make Boomer go in for you. He can do some reconnaissance on your part, so.
Yoroshiku ne.
Okay guys, so I'll see you guys in the comment section and we'll talk next time. Mata ne, bye bye!